we welcome Quick Six, Mike Quick. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Mike.
Hello.
Good morning, bud. Mike,
How are you?
I got a question here. I'm listening to the music, and I'm thinking, I don't remember why we chose this song. I mean, it's a great song. Mike, do you remember, James, do you remember why this song a couple years ago became, Mike, your theme song?
I have no idea. I think it was the I was coming on one morning and that song happened to be playing, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Yes, I think
And
Mike's right.
I think it was as simple as that, and you guys just continued to play it, and it's okay by me.
Yes. It's okay by all of us. One of the great, I mean, John, that is one of the great songs, man.
I mean, Michael Jackson is just so unique and special, and you always know it's him. You always know it. There's a
Yeah,
few
even at that
people-
age is the point, you know,
Yeah.
whether young, old. Then the songs lasted. My daughter's school, they did like a dance, the whole first grade class, and that was the song they danced to.
You
Phenomenal.
always, when someone's that special, when you can always just detect them, they stick out. It's they're the greatest.
Good stuff. All right, Mike, let's
There you
get
have it.
let's get to the birds, my man. So they thumped the Raiders, and they were supposed to, but I wasn't convinced they would, and they did, and they really thumped them. What do you take from the game? Let's talk offense especially. Do you think that what we saw is transferable down the stretch? Different things, well executed to succeed with this stuff.
So it's still an NFL franchise that they played against last week, although you may not think so. The Eagles did what they should do against a team like that. They were just very efficient. They came into the game with a really good game plan. They executed that game plan even on the starting drive, and then start to kind of figure out, okay, we can work these things that we thought we could coming into this game, and they continued to do that throughout the game. And they handled that opponent the way they should have handled that opponent, being a superior team. And we talk about a get-right game and getting things right. I think that's what they were able to do, work on some of the things that they really felt like they were good at against that team. And that's the type of thing that I think you're able to build on.
So this is unprecedented that this team has been able to win the division now three out of 4 years. All those years without a back-to-back winner, and now it feels like they sort of cracked a code or something, Mike. What are they doing that's so special and so different, and how much do you believe they can continue once they win?
Can I answer that in a word?
Once they win this
Howie.
thing. Yeah.
So, yeah, I was just going to say the organization itself. That's why
We've distanced ourselves as an organization.
They're
Wow.
the cream of the NFC East because of the organization. And you're right, Joe. It starts with Howie and his group and their ability to put together a group of talent, personalities that just seem to have it right now. They're young, they're talented, they're smart. All of those things that it takes to be successful in this league.
What about they're 44 in some cases, like Phillip Rivers? How old is the oldest you think you could have been, Mike, to actually get out there and look like a football player?
Healthy knees or unhealthy knees?
Listen, healthy knees, I could probably have gone a little bit longer, but dude, I retired at the right time. I'm around 31 or so, and that's long enough to play in this league. especially at wide receiver, where you're gonna take some shots. You're gonna things start to break down out there.
Well, especially in your day, Mike, playing wide receiver in the 80s is a very different thing, or the 70s, 80s, 90s, a very different thing than playing wide receiver now. Like, you get crushed over the middle and all that. They changed the rules.
Hello, Ronnie Lott.
You're not allowed to hurt wide receivers anymore. You could run through wide receivers and break them up. You could really intimidate guys then.
Yeah, there's no question about it.
Why does it feel like they're making it harder for receivers to get open this season? Is that just my imagination? Is that just our experience here in Philadelphia? It does feel like, and I've talked about it a little bit this week, we've talked about it, the defensive coaches are having a little more success. Like they've been working double time in the offseason to try to make up for last year when the offenses kind of took off in a new direction.
First of all, I think it's a couple of things: the talent at the defensive back position, the coaching at the defensive back position, the fact that you're running a lot of concepts rather than just individualizing the routes and the player against player. There are more concepts, and these guys learn these concepts, and they know when to stay committed to one area and then leaving that area, going to another area because of these concepts that they're learning. So in that aspect, the game is a little bit different now.
Yeah, Mike Wick with us here. Mike, let's talk about down the stretch this squad and the offense. God, I hate to put it this way, but I'm going to put it this way. Do you believe in this offense to be good enough for this team to make a deep playoff run?
I do. So when things are working well, meaning that the offensive line is healthy, I do. I think that there's a lot to this offense, and they can win in multiple ways. But it begins with being healthy, and then the good decision making by the quarterback. And we saw that in Sunday's game, and that really is the key: having good health once you get into the postseason, and then just taking advantage of the opportunities with good decision making.
We have Fred Johnson. He had a chance to play pretty well. We don't know when Lane's going to have the chance to really come back healthy, Mike.
Yep.
But Fred Johnson has been a guard. Do you think there's a place for him to compete with Steen? Let's put our best 5 offensive linemen on the field. Does that number, are those 5, does that include Fred Johnson?
John, you know me. I'm a Stoutland guy, and in Stoutland I trust. And if Stoutland says our best 5 includes Tyler Steen, just because of what he's been able to do in this league for so long, I'm behind that. And I'm going to look at that the best way that I can, with that glass being half full, because Jeff Stoutland said that this is my best combination. I trust and believe in that guy.
There's some stuff with Steen where he's doing the silent count, when we're on the road, and I'm sure even things like that probably factor in to this decision.
Well, here's the other,
and that's just an operational thing. That doesn't mean he's a better player by any stretch of the imagination.
I now have to point out, though, John, and I say this with all love, you've asked this to every person we've had on this week, and every single person has shot it down. It's probably not. It's by the way, including the head coach. It's probably not going to happen.
I think it should happen. I think we would be a better team if it happened.
So I get what you're saying, but think about this. They played so much with the quarterback under center. Quarterback under center, Tyler Steen, I think is a better player than Tyler Steen, who's in the upright position and having to try and back up and sift through the traffic of the pass rush. Tyler Steen, hand in the dirt, I think is a better player.
But I still like Fred better.
I like Fred as well. I like Fred, and I love Fred as the 6th offensive lineman.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, let's spin it forward here a little bit, because Eagles are going to make the playoffs. It's not guaranteed yet, but they're going to make it. They're going to be either the 2 or 3 seed in all likelihood, and they got a great shot to face Green Bay in the first round. How massive is no Micah Parsons in that game? Yes, I'm previewing a potential game for a month from now, but how enormous is it that he's out for the year?
Yeah, they're going to be a different team, because he's a guy that you can line in multiple positions. They'll have him over center. They'll have him out on the edge at tackle. Just wherever they know that they're going to be able to affect your offense. Big difference in that team when he's on the field and when he's not on the field. I look forward to that matchup if it happens to be Green Bay in the postseason.
So a player that we heard a lot about at the beginning of the year because we brought him in to try to help us at the cornerback spot, Jacorian Bennett. They brought him in from Las Vegas. He had the injury. Now he's essentially backing up Adoree Jackson. Has that played itself out, Mike? I felt like Jacorian Bennett, just unfortunate injuries. Did that prevent us from really learning who he was, and now we probably won't know this season? Or is that still a competition where we could come out with a better corner than we thought when it's all said and done because Jacorian Bennett is finally healthy?
I think Adoree Jackson's play over the past month is the reason why we're not going to see Ja'Cory Bennett. I think Adoree Jackson has been outstanding.
Wow.
Especially the last 3 games. I had a lot of doubts about him early on. Just wanted to watch, but as a healthy player and the way he's played over the last 3-4 weeks, I'm very comfortable with what he has been able to do and produce on the field over the last 3-4 weeks.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned that you have such a glowing review.
I feel the same way, John. I mean, I think he's done a solid job. I mean, he's not one of their better starters, but they're not.
But that's the thing. This is Mike Quick, a guy who understands the routes and what's required, and he's saying Adoree Jackson's playing great football.
Well, look, we all thought they were going to lose games, and they haven't because of this guy.
In the early part of the season, I couldn't say that, but just watching what he's done in the last month or so, I've been very impressed with him in the last month or so.
So that's great work by Adoree, but that's also, the coaches have done a good job of developing him in season, Mike, as far as you can tell.
These position coaches on this roster are so good at working with guys developing talent.
Huge deal.
Yeah. They are talented, this coaching staff.